Thanks for coming, mate. Paddy the Dagger.
Thank you for having me.
See, when I seen you were here, I thought, we've even got... So what we're going to do is there's a wee room next door, and we're going to turn that into a cell.
Yes.
Like, so we'll sit in the toilet and do the podcast.
We're going to let on this as a cell then.
So you've got the posh version. The big table. Thanks for coming in, mate.
No, 100%. Thank you for having me in. It's great being here.
How's Glasgow been for you? How was the Barrowlands?
Oh, unbelievable. I've always wanted to play it. Always a venue that I've went to see gigs in, and just always, I don't know, it just has that feel about it. I remember being a kid and being over here and getting brought to the Barrowlands and getting clothes and, you know, posters. I remember getting a big Doors poster in the Barrowlands back in the 80s. Big Jim Morrison poster and all. And I don't know, it was just had that feel to it that it was just a feel-good factor.
Did you ever walk about the bar? You been to Barras before, I take it?
Aye. I'd seen the Happy Mondays in it last year when I done St Luke's. They were playing and I got a ticket and it brought me into the gig and I was standing just looking at it all and going, fuck, I love to play here. And the guy standing there was like, that can happen, like, and I was like, please make it happen. And up until a month ago, it wasn't happening. I mean, it was really last minute that they were able to pull the gig together. And then when the Celtic Rangers match get moved to the Sunday, I was like, oh no.
Perfect, innit?
Well,
St Patrick's weekend.
It wasn't because it stopped people, because people were like, oh fuck, I'm not going to... There's some people who wouldn't venture in, and then other people going, that's not a good day to go and see him, like, because I get both sides in. That's the thing, like, I have fans from both communities and both teams, and I remember playing Oran Moore and Rangers was on. The guy was like, as long as you can let me know what the score is through the match and all, you know. So and it's great, you know. I love that. I love the fact that I do have fans in both, but I just think that that day, but we got a great crowd and everybody loved it. It was just fantastic, and that was the first time I've done that show. Literally wrote 6 things down on a piece of paper and I give it a go.
See, it's funny, innit? Because I think over like Belfast, because you're from West Belfast, so you'd think that you would just have one demographic, but I've got family in Belfast that are maybe Rangers fans, half and half, and they love you as well.
No,
because I remember them talking about you years ago, and they're like, "There's Northern Irish lads who've got these podcasts, and it's fucking."
When
wild.
I first started,
that's when I started.
When I
you.
first started comedy, the only gigs I'd done was in Protestant areas.
Yep.
And it was, and people like my mum and dad would have been like, "Are you serious? You playing there?" And I'm like, "They're the ones giving me the gig." Like, I didn't start playing Catholic areas until after like 5 years. So it was insane that they were the places that was booking me.
That's hysterical, isn't it?
And it was just...
Even like Kneecap as well.
Yeah.
They've got older Protestants that love Kneecap. I love Kneecap.
I think
they invited me to the gig. I met DJ Provi.
Yes.
At the Barras at Holy Fook. It's a wee Chinese mate. You'll fucking love it. You need to try it next time. And one of the lads is like, do you know who that is? And DJ Provi's always got the balaclava.
I know, so you're like, no.
And I was tweeting about the film because I went to see it one night because I seen it was about kind of like Belfast and I thought, oh, but one of their films, I didn't realise what the film was actually about. Yeah. But it's the best fucking film, mate. I've ever seen.
It's the guys are portrayed as this and that, but they're not. Like, if I know them and know their daddy, they're mad into the Irish language.
Yep.
Mowgli Bob's dad, Garrod, his daddy get buried at Christmas Eve. What a funeral. But that man, what he done for the Gaelic language and the Irish language was unbelievable.
I know, it's insane. Because I phoned my family and I was like, have you seen this film called Kneecap?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, maybe I love it. And I was like, I'm
great.
scared to see it in case I get shunned.
Yeah, no, I think it's good because it's sort of like, if you like punk music and you like stuff like that, like I was Prodigy and punk music, The Clash, I like all that, and I think Kneecap's a wee bit of that. If you take out the Irish language part of it, and don't be offended by that, you can't see what it is, what it's about, you know.
So you're like kind of like new generation of the arts over there, aren't you? Because you've got both sides that enjoy you, as you say.
Yeah, I used to think that the Protestants used to book me to do their clubs and all so that they could go, see, I told you that's about all I'm feeling. But it was never the case. It was just to enjoy. And I think I never hid anything. I just said everything the way it was. So when I went into MRs, I went, this is where I'm from and this is the crack. And I think they were just like, well, do you know what? He's not hiding anything. He just says it as it is and what he does. So they just appreciate it. And I was just lucky that it was good at comedy too. Like, they enjoyed the crack and like humour over there. We're all the same.
I know.
We're all the same. Like,
the two sides are almost the same side, isn't it?
I mean, but it's so separate that people don't understand, because I think people don't realise there actually is a wall that divides areas. And that the gates used to be shut.
The gates fucking still shut, mate.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. The last time we done Belfast, we done it in the Black Box, and we went into the Dirty Onion, and I got smashed, and I tried to walk home, and I remember walking up the falls, and I was looking at the posters, and it was like, there must have been something political going on, and it was like the green posters, and I thought, fuck, I better take a right here. And I was on my phone, it was a Shankill, And I walked up to the gate in the Shankill and it was shut. It was at fucking
Half
11 or something.
Yeah,
I was when I walked up and I was like, oh no. So I had to walk back.
Yeah, so I mean,
scary.
and that would have been the way, and people didn't go, people didn't venture from area to area, and that you try and explain that to people, and it's probably the way you are and stuff like that. It's in you, and when people come to see it, and the tourists love it. Like they come and they're like, I think because Belfast, people didn't come to.
Yep.
You know, how many people came to it was British soldiers, and they were made to come. Do you know
That's
what I mean?
what I was there for.
Do you know,
so when we first done Belfast, this is where I wanted to tie in with you because you used to drive a Black Hack. And when we first done Belfast, I took my support act to some Glasgow on a black taxi tour. And it was the fucking funniest tour of my life, mate, because you could actually see the blood draining from his face. Because the guy was like an actor, mate. See the way he made it sound? He made it sound like every time he got in the taxi, somebody was going to shoot at us.
Yes. Yeah.
Took us to the Peaceful, mate. My pal was shouting because he got the taxi.
And that's what there is some of them that will do that. You know, I think when you're doing it, you have to sort of let people know that it's not that way anymore. I mean, domestic violence and like ordinary violence in a sense, where street crime and stuff like that used to be the lowest in Belfast because the paramilitaries run the areas on both sides.
Safe as fuck.
Safe as anything, you know, whereas political shootings and killings and stuff like that there would have happened. But it's not like that now. You know, there's still a divide, and sorry, I'll turn that phone off.
That's all right, bro, don't worry.
But so there's still that element of separation and stuff like that, but it's a hell of a lot better.
But I think what you guys are doing is brilliant.
Yeah,
you're involving everybody in its class.
The comedy's just bringing everybody
Yourselves
together.
and like Shane Todd and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it's just, and me and Willie do a podcast called The Mudblood, which the whole idea of it was we wanted to do a gig, and I was like, let's get together, do a gig, and we started the podcast just to get the word out. And I came up with Mudblood because I said nobody's 100% Catholic or 100% Irish or 100% British. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that was the name of it, but had all these people thought it was a fucking Harry Potter podcast. And they're like, this is nothing to,
stripes in the face.
This has nothing to do with Harry Potter. I says, it fucking does. But we started that, and like the similarities between me and Willie is unbelievable. Do you know? And the age difference massive. Like he could be my wee brother, but everybody used to hate each other. We didn't. We just had the same crack with the same upbringing, and that came across in the podcast, and people used to just laugh like, "Fuck, that's a podcast." That's
same upbringing, but different sides.
Yeah,
the exact same mentality.
It was just he working class Protestant, I was working class Catholic, and it was just the same sort of fucking thing that people were getting up, only different colours. Do you know what I mean?
And you just didn't know the difference.
Aye, and
do you know who my favourite like Irish person of all time is? Black Paddy, mate. I love him.
He's a headcase. He is a fucking headcase.
You've got an old walker like.
I took him up the falls. I took him up the falls, like, and he's just insane. And then he goes to me, I don't know how to do this whole stand-up comedy, and I went, do what you do in your videos on stage.
Yep.
Have a show that's mental, because he stands up and tries to do stand-up, but then he just copies like Eddie Murphy, and you're going, don't do that. You need to just be you. You're funny enough. You don't need to do that. Just be you. Go on stage and just have games. Like, could you imagine him doing like a bunkers bingo or something?
Oh, it'd be fucking crazy.
Do you know what I mean? And it would fucking sell
everybody. You'd have everybody in it,
because he's an entertainer. Do you know that way? But
and it's funny because I seen videos of him walking down the Shankill.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, Paddy! They're all like, genuinely love the guy. It's fucking mental. Imagine doing that 10 years ago, they got shot.
Well, we started doing, we'll have to get you on it, a podcast where I take people around on a tour. And we've done Freddie Quinn, and we've done Big John, Bosch from London, does the Chinese, him and his son, who's the boxer. And we went up to Shankill, and a few of them were hanging about listening to see what I was saying, because they seen us recording. And we were outside the Rex bar, and John was like, "Are you coming in?" And I went, "I have never went into a bar," and out of respect I'm that, because genuinely haven't went into a bar. And the guy that owned it came out and went, "I want you to come in." And we filmed me going in the first time, and
fucking hell,
you know, and he was like, "I'm glad you came in," and I was like, "Fuck, it's no different."
Yep.
But it was a respect thing. I didn't.
But it's funny, innit? Because people for the Folds got into the Shankill because the Butchers is better.
Well, the Shankill was always
and the Bakers, and the Folds is better, innit?
But the Shankill Road was always the shopping. Like my man says, before '69, when all the trouble started and they divided the areas up and the walls went up, that was where you went shopping. It was the Shankill Road was all the shops. You went, got your school uniform, done all that, and then obviously when the walls went up, then they closed it off. But yeah, I mean, that's the way it should be.
But I've got family, they go to Shankill for another meet.
Well, there's a good butchers on there.
And like, everybody got to a pub, fuck that.
I was in the butchers, funny enough, that butchers you're talking about, and there was a fella just came in and went, "You shouldn't be here," and laughed and walked out. But I don't know if he was serious or he was just. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
And the butcher was sort of looking at me and I was looking at him, and we just had a laugh about it. But no, that's the way it should be. I mean, there shouldn't be any restrictions on where you go or what you do. But it's what makes Belfast the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when I come to Glasgow, Glasgow's probably the closest city I think to Belfast.
Mm-hmm. I feel at home in Belfast.
Same here. I come to Glasgow.
I don't feel like I'm in a different. If I go to like Edinburgh, I feel like I'm in London.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Like I say, the Edinburgh people, they sound like Tories or something. You know. And I like Edinburgh. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice city, but come to Glasgow, like we used to come here every week. You know, with my mates and go to games and hang out and have loads of friends here and everything. It's just one of them cities.
I just hope you get fucking more nightclubs in Belfast that open till like 3 a.m.
I know.
It's brutal,
It's
mate.
a nightmare because we have one nightclub that's like been there the whole time. Mark owns it, Thompson's Garage, but it's just one of them cities. And it's booming. Like people are busting to come
The Dirty
there.
Onion is the best pub I think I've ever been in.
My son is actually working in there now.
Oh, really?
He's
Aye.
just
The
recently-
atmosphere is insane.
No,
It's
he's
such a
doing
good
his
pub.
A-levels, but he works in there. He was working there last night, funny enough. But Belfast for like, it's a compact wee city. Like it's smaller than Glasgow, and obviously because there was a ring of steel around it, it didn't get a chance to get much bigger. The rabber keep blowing it up, so it's obviously not going to get fucking bigger. But
That's one of my questions. So see, when I was in the army, we were always like, it was drilled into us, mate, do not get in a black taxi. Is that true, I take it, that I had all the black
I
taxis?
mean, it probably just would have been dangerous for you to get in
Yep.
anything.
Yep.
You know, because the black taxi, the reason why that would be, when I first started working as a black taxi driver, to give people a perspective, it wasn't just a taxi where you booked, it was just, you just had that sole taxi.
Yep.
On the Falls Road, the buses were being burnt.
Yep.
So men started like doing a bus service up and down the road for people to get in and out of the city centre. This is in the early 70s. And then eventually they went to London and bought black taxis because you could fit 6 people in them.
Yep.
And when I started in it, there were 7 routes into West Belfast, and we were called the Falls Road Black Taxis. But the Shankill had their version of it as well. And then you had a version for North Belfast, which was Ardougne and stuff like that.
Yep.
So you could have get into a taxi that wasn't like a public hire
we
one in
didn't
the
know.
city centre. So you wouldn't have known. So that's why they didn't let you into it. A lot of people, I mean, there was a lot of killings done. And 2 corporals were shot dead, and the black taxi was used to take their bodies away. So you can understand why that would have been drilled into you, you know. And obviously Belfast was a touchy place, especially for a British soldier, like, you know. And where I came from and where we lived in Divis, like on the top of the tower.
I done the tour there when I was over
So
there.
you'll know the
With the
crack,
army,
right?
I done a gig in June for the army.
Everybody thought we were minted in the tower block because we had a
So
helicopter
how
pad.
did the soldiers get into the
That
because
was
we were on the top
helicopter.
floor?
Yeah.
Always helicopter?
Helicopter. That's the joke is, like.
Yep.
You know, it's just constantly a
Try
helicopter
to resupply
dropping
it.
it off. And that was the highest building in Belfast, so that's why they were on
So
it.
you're for the falls then, that's class.
Yeah. So right down in the heart of it.
I know.
You know, so born and raised. Now I live on the mountain, so I look down on West Belfast, you know.
Because I done that, that's where the camera used to be, wasn't it? Looking down in Belfast.
Well, there was a firing range up at top.
So I got a tour from the squaddies when I was there in June. And they took me to, because I'd never been as close to the Divis Flats. When I was in Belfast, we didn't really leave Lisbon. We didn't go to Belfast unless it's family, but I was too young to go out on a night out in Belfast. But when I got the tour, they took me down the Shankill and they let me out. Then they showed me like the memorials they've got on that side. Then they took me down the falls, showed me the same stuff. Then they took me to Divis Flats. Nobody had noticed me in the Shankill. So when I got out the Divis Flats just to look at the kind of the murals and stuff outside it, and a wee guy came out with a select tap and he's like, all right, Gary boy, how's things? So I couldn't for Royston. The guy in Belfast. The guy went to school with me, I was like, all right, mate, just get a tour off the army. And he's laughing. He must have been like, "Ah, the lads must have been shitting herself."
And mad thing about it, like the first British soldier to die was outside Divis Tower.
Was it something came out the window?
No, he was a Catholic man who was in the British Army and he was home on leave.
Honey trap?
Home on leave from Germany. He lived in the flats. He went out to
fuck's
get
sake.
first aid and the police shot him. The RUC shot him.
Oh, wow.
So that was Trooper Macaulay. First British soldier, and a lot of people don't know that. He was
Was all
actually,
your seat shopping?
yeah. So he went out to get first aid and get whacked outside but he was home on leave from Germany. So a lot of people didn't understand that when the British Army first came.
It was to help the Catholics, wasn't it?
But there was men from the Falls Road that had served in it, led them up the Falls Road. People were making them tea and coffee, and because they stopped the Protestants from burning the Catholic homes.
Yep.
And then obviously men within the area and stuff who had Republican thoughts and whatever seen that as an opportunity to take on the British forces on the streets of Belfast.
Wow.
So that changed the whole thing, you know. So, getting very serious on it.
So, in regards to the podcast, mate,
Fresh airs. This is a political one.
I don't know if I joined the round, mate.
The troubles. Yeah, it's you in the round, that guy.
Is that got to Crumlin Road? So essentially, this is a Crumlin Road. Obviously, we've not got the cell set up, but just kid on in here. We're cell buddies, mate. Me and you.
Okay, we're in the cell.
We're death row. And we're getting to know each other. We'll call it the Crumlin Road because that's my favourite tour, mate.
Yeah,
have you done the tour?
Oh, yeah.
How eerie is that? In it. Have you actually?
Yeah. So, we done a gig in there, and it's funny, do you know who Roy Walker is?
No.
He was the presenter of Catchphrase. Mm-hmm. It's good, but it's not right, was his catchphrase. He was from back home. So the first month was another comedian on, but he was on the next month, and I was the MC that month, but I had to promote the next one. And the guy came out to me and he was like, can you promote next month's comedy show and make a joke about Roy Walker? And I'm thinking on the spot, like, because I'm a storyteller and I'm MC, but I'm going, fuck, I don't have a joke about him. So I turned around and I said, Roy Walker's on next month. He was out the backer. I was talking to him. And everybody was like, ooh, in the audience. And I was like, yeah. So he was telling me that he's married to his sister. And the audience all went, what the fuck do you mean now? And I went, I know, it's insane, isn't it? I mean, I asked him the questions that you're all thinking. I was like, do you sleep with her? And he was like, aye. And I was like, what's that like? And he went, it's good, but it's not right. Because that was his catchphrase. And that was dead on. So fucking the promoter was like, fuck.
What was the reaction to that?
Everybody laughed.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody laughed.
Why, they just looked at you?
No, because it was all the older people. Like the sort of acts they were bringing in was all the older ones. But I was meant, you know who Jimmy Cricket is, don't you?
Yeah.
So Jimmy Cricket, I was meant to do a gig with him that Christmas, and this was July. And he rang me a week later, and he was like, Paddy, Jimmy Cricket. And I was like, hiya, Jimmy. And he was like, I'm going to have to take you off this gig. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, I'm a Christian, and I don't like swearing, and I don't like bad jokes, and I heard what you said about Roy, and I don't think you would be the material that my fans would like. And I was like, Jimmy, don't take this gig off me. Hear me, I can do a clean set. I was put on the spot, and that's, you know. So I begged him for about an hour, and he was like, I don't know. And I was like, please, I have kids and all, you know, I'm trying to push on my career, and you've given me the opportunity. I want to do one gig with you. I watched you growing up and all. Okay, I'll keep you on the gig. So that was July. A week before the gig in December, Jimmy's on the phone. He says, Paddy, Jimmy Cricket. Hiya, Jimmy. You ring me up to tell me what details of the gig, and he was like, you can't do the gig, Paddy. And I was like, what? And he's like, you can't do it. And I'd had enough, so I was just like, know what it is? Fuck you, and fuck Roy Walker, and fuck Hilarious, fucking not giving me a gig. I have kids, and I told you about it and all. I looked up to you growing up and all, and then you just take me off the gig a week before it. He says, Paddy, and I went, no, fuck up, Jimmy. Listen to this here. I don't give a fuck, right? Fuck you. And he went, no, listen, it's in the policeman's club. You didn't pass security.
Really, mate?
Yeah. Well, that was really. I was like, right, sorry about that. So obviously they fucking done a security check, and they were just.
Have
like,
you not spoken to him since?
No, that was it. That was the last.
What would they thought? Just security check the black taxi?
Just where I was
They don't
from
know.
and stuff like that.
That's horrible,
you know
isn't it?
Do you know, so it's where you're from and family background and stuff. It may not even be you. It might be somebody related to you or something.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And they were just like, he's not getting in. Mm-hmm. You know, I'll probably get in now, but back then, like, it was just like, no, it's not happening. So, feel like with Jimmy Cricket.
How did you feel after that when you're like, oh fuck? How did you recover that? Has he spoke to you since?
No, that was it. Like, it was never asked to do any gigs with him again or anything. Probably suited anyway, because it's not my kind of comedy. But it was, you were willing to do any gig back at the start to try and get yourself further, do you know what I mean? And there's me thinking, fuck, gig with Jimmy Cricket, I'll get all his fucking fans, but not realising they're all fucking dying off too, like.
That's probably like the eeriest tour I've ever done.
Yeah.
See when they take you through the hanging.
And then
that's wild, mate, isn't it?
The last person was hung in the 1950s.
Have you done it, Paul? Oh, it's a great tour.
Yeah. When we done the gig, and it's funny, that night, which was mental too, a girl and fella only came into the gig, they didn't want to go to the comedy.
Yep.
And they were caught having sex in one of the cells. So, like, for a fetish, they fucking...
They popped in the cell. Because you just get left alone, didn't you? When we were
in it was the chapel. Yep. So we were in the chapel, so they were able to come out and just fucking walk down. About. And they went down, and it's fucking haunted, like. I don't care what
scary, mate. It's a weird atmosphere, isn't it?
It is fucking haunted, like, and I'm not one for blaming and all that, but I've been in that building.
Thinking about the hangings that have been in there. And I hope they do that, because in Glasgow, they're pulling down Ballini. Mm-hmm. There's a new jail getting built in Royston, HMP Glasgow. Mm-hmm. And I hope they do that with Ballini, because that's a great tour. See the Crumlin Road. I hope, because Ballini, they've got D-Hole.
Yep.
And that's a wee would have executed people as well.
Yeah.
But they'll probably fucking pull it down.
And
make it flats.
But
I hope they keep a hall and cheat it like that, because that's a great.
Aye. And then Camillum in Dublin, Like that was used in the Italian Job and stuff because that was the only jail that was lying empty. But they could be making films in that. They could be making films in that one.
definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Instead of create jobs out of it instead of houses. You know,
hopefully we can rent a wing, mate. We can use it for the podcast.
That's it. Put it into the Arts Council. See what you can get.
Right, you ready for your jail questions?
Yes, go ahead.
Welcome to the Crumlin Road, Glasgow. See in Ireland, is it HMP? Or what be with it now? I'm being fucking simple.
It is HMP, but
you're joking me.
People don't say it.
What
like
did
the hospital's called the Royal Victoria Hospital. It's in the middle of the Falls Road.
Yep.
People do not call it the Royal Victoria Hospital.
What do they call it?
They call it the RVH of the Royal.
Oh really? Aye.
They won't because of the
Victoria.
Thing. Like people do. It's mad. Like you know, people won't identify because it's royal family.
Still to this day.
Oh, you have no idea. you go on the Falls Road and you say Northern Ireland, they'll look at you.
So did the prodigies go to that hospital as well?
Oh why? Everybody goes there.
Imagine if they have a broken leg, you go fucking hop by a brick. No idea.
I'm telling you.
Right, what's your worst idea of prison food? What does Paddy no want?
I don't like sushi or like fish and stuff like that.
I don't think they would give you sushi went in on a jail.
Nah, I don't think so.
That'd be class. I like sushi.
Yeah.
That'd be class if they did.
I'm not a big fishy eater, like, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And a fish and chip, 100%, but no.
What's different, the batter?
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm not a big.
Is it the skin or that?
Fan.
The wee bones?
I don't.
It's a pain in the arse.
I'm just not into it at all. Like.
I can't eat fish like that, mate, because I'm fat. Like, I'm too greedy.
Right, okay.
See something that slows me down?
Yes, you can't have that.
So I'm glad, because the cell would smell fucking stinking, wouldn't it?
Be
But a Japanese cell sitting tanning sushi.
But, I mean, if I have to eat something, I'll eat it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Right, here we go. Let's see. What's a gang name? Paul, you can help with this, bro.
The Cross Community Republican Royal. The Cross Community Republican Royal Green Brigade Bears. It'd be a real mad.
Imagine that cell, it'd be fucked up, wouldn't it? Imagine the posters.
Halfway
Alan
through
McCoy stood in New
it.
Lennon outside.
And I think both the ultras didn't get in on both sides, isn't that right? On Sunday?
No, I think they got in, didn't they?
No, they didn't.
Did they not?
No. And I think both sides, they didn't let both of them in.
That's wild, isn't it?
Aye. So they're going to have to join forces to go to the court case now to get them both back in again. But it was because what they done the last time.
Yep. See, that annoys me because it was the first game back.
Yeah.
And I think it should just be like, let the fans in.
Yeah.
Let's not have any trouble.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait till you just come back to Ibrox.
No.
It's shite with footies.
Somebody asked me today, what's your favourite away stadium? And I always say it's Ibrox because you just enjoy it.
I remember when you went to, was it Seville? It was Seville. And I remember I was at Ibrox for the Old Firm that game, and yous all had fucking sombreros on and the beach boys.
And the towels and all.
And I remember there was like deck chairs and all that, like outside Ibrox. We were trying to get deck chairs in.
We were going to Ibrox one time, and the guy who was driving the 7-seater, because we had to go on the boat, and something happened and he couldn't go. Mm-hmm. And one of the other guys was like, "You have a black taxi?" And I mean, it was the old you didn't even see them in Glasgow anymore. It was a real old taxi. And he was like, I was like, "Yeah, but it says Falls Road up the side of it, you know, because it was advertised for a chippy, Kelstar chippy, Falls Road, Belfast." And he was like, "That's all right." And I was like, "Okay." And we, 6 of us in the car, and we pulled up at the boat, and 3 big coach loads of Rangers fans, and they're just looking, and they're going, "No way." And I just lifted the Falls Road sign, stuck it in the front of it, and they all just looked at it. They're banging the windows. And the guy from the boat came down, he says, "You black taxi, pull out of the lane." I went, "Fucking sure, I'm not getting on it." And he's like, "Pull out of the lane." And I'm like, he came down, he went, "We're putting you in the premium and we're going to get you up into the thing because they're going to kill you." So we got upgraded, and then when we got to Glasgow, I pulled into the actual car park at Ibrox, and the guy was like, "What are you doing?" And I says, "Mate, we're making a film with us." Fucking, and he says, "What's it about?" And I says, "The IRA planting bombs outside Ibrox." I go, "All right," and he let me in, and we parked right in the fucking right outside the ground. And then afterwards, we're flying about Glasgow, and everybody's staring at the taxi, like, you know, because it was just they hadn't seen one of them in years.
That's another thing with Belfast. When I went there, my last show, it was Easter Sunday weekend. So on the Friday, my old agent's for Edinburgh, so he booked me the wrong ferry. So I got on the ferry and I was staying at my
all
spot.
The flight bands.
It was Easter lilies, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I think we're the wrong ferry." And then it was all the fucking my pals for Royston for school. They're all at the fuck you doing this ferry, you fat hun. Yeah. And mate, and I had to sit with the boys.
Yeah,
because I'd done the journey back, the Rangers show at the SAC.
Yeah.
So everybody knows I'm a Rangers fan now, and I had to sit next to the lads because I was genuinely shite myself, mate. Mate, I held in a shite for the first ferry journey because I thought, I'm going to get fucking through half his boat if I get up. Nobody says it, but in my head I was like...
Were you active in that, though, show?
Sorry?
Were you acting in that show, that journey back?
I was in the journey back, mate, aye.
That's going to Belfast, isn't it?
It's about this weekend, I think it is.
Are you going over then?
No, I'm not in it, mate, because I'm gigging.
Oh, right, okay.
That's I got it in it.
So is it a part? What is it, like a play, or is it?
It's like a comedy play about
Right,
Rangers kind of going down and then coming up the leagues.
Right,
It's
okay.
funny as fuck. You find it funny whatever side you sat on.
Get you.
But obviously it's heavy.
just
It's
a-
heavy
yeah.
Rangers.
Aye.
So I phoned my agent and I was like, "You need to get me back." So the gig was on the Saturday. Staying with my family on the Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday. I said, "Get me back, mate." The first ferry. I said, "The last thing these boys want to see is a fucking fat hunmuck at Belfast." I said, "I'll get done in." So he sorted me a ferry, and I was staying in Glengormley. And I got in a taxi. And I said to the guy, I don't know if it's P and Austin Airlines, one of them. And I went, I'm going to this ferry. And he went, "Oh, you one of them?"
Thought you were
In
over.
Belfast. And I was like,
Like you were
"No,
over
mate, I'm
yesterday.
not one of them." So we didn't say right. Turned up to the ferry, and it was a fucking Celtic ferry going back to Glasgow. It was all fun that weekend. So I got terrorised the whole way back.
So it didn't matter what way.
It didn't matter, mate. Twice I fucked it. I was about to kill him, mate. I'm going to go back to
I
Belfast
remember,
again.
like,
I'm fucking flying next time.
Back in the 80s, like there's 2 boats
Yep.
that left together.
Yep.
There was 2 boats. There
2
was,
booze cruises.
there was literally. I remember you used to see them like they're hanging off the side of the boat, shouting at each other's boat. You know, that was insane.
Like a freezing version of Turkey's
It
pirate
was-
cruise.
and it used to be out of Larne,
Right.
which is down the coast.
So 2 years ago at the same place.
2 of them went down the same place, and the boats used to be like,
I bet there was no trouble but the other side.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. I remember Celtic playing Man United, and there was guys on the thing, and somebody says, "Oh, he burnt people out of their houses and thing," and they were going to throw him off the boat. He was a Man United fan. I remember, like, the guy that was with me, he was a solicitor, and he's like, "I can't let you do it."
I can't let you do it.
Do you know,
Gosh,
because
you're
I'm a solicitor, like, I physically can't let you do what you're saying you're going to do. And there was a whole big fight in the boat, you know, like, ways up, and he's like, "No, it's fucking him, I ain't going to throw him off." And we're like, "You can't throw somebody off a boat." Do you know what I mean?
Imagine being the guy that was the you.
Jesus Christ. So, yeah, there's been
That's
some
mad,
crime.
innit? Because the Celtic fans like Man U and the Rangers fans like Liverpool. I find that bizarre as fuck.
And if you go to Dublin, Liverpool's the biggest club in Dublin.
Yep.
Because they're right facing it. So Liverpool and Dublin's facing each other.
That's bonkers.
And that's the biggest thing.
No, they probably see Belfast.
But there
but
is a
Liverpool.
Rangers supporters club in Dublin.
And a Masonic Hall as well.
Is it? Is it?
Aye, aye.
Well, there would have been a Masonic Hall, I would think that, but the Rangers supporters club, I was surprised at. Like.
That's fucking mental.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the jail cell. Right, we've got to watch one movie for the rest of you've got about 4 years before you get done, right?
Right.
Before you go to the chair.
4 years.
When you get to pick, you get the chair, firing squad, or the injection.
I'd go for the firing squad.
Ah, would they, mate?
Oh, no, 100%.
Did you see they've just done that recently?
What's it started doing it again?
They've started doing it again.
I ain't saying you're getting shot. Like, it's just.
Mate, I was a shite shot. Now I might shoot somebody in the dick or something.
But I think I just want to be the same as the rest of the family. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone's got injections to die. Like, don't see too many of, you know,
I'm a shite
sectarian
bag. I'd want the
fucking-
jag.
Would you?
I'd want the jag, man. It
I
must be
wouldn't
just
want
like getting
electric.
knocked out, surely.
I wouldn't want electric. Definitely wouldn't want electric.
That's psycho behaviour, isn't it? Well, they are psychos are getting electrified.
But nah, I would go for the shooting. Definitely would. There's a song about it. Do you know what I mean?
I would go for the chair to fuck the government. Imagine the cost to do that.
Oh, I know.
Electricity
They're
prices.
probably
used.
going to get a fucking
Fucking
wind turbine.
14 pence a
You have to wait
kilowatt,
until
innit?
this fucking thing picks up a wee bit more sun.
Aye. You'd pick it with it, jail with solar panels. I want the chair. 20 kilowatts in you.
If you're going to die, you're going to die. I wouldn't want to drown, and I wouldn't want to be electrocuted. So, firing squads for me. That's what I
They
want.
shoot in the heart. Do you know that? Aye. They don't shoot in
Yes,
the
I'd
head.
have put a target on here.
See, that's what I find wild.
You think it's better getting the head?
Aye, you'd ban it in the nut, wouldn't you? Because you're straight
Just
out.
go from, yeah.
Well, I
I
don't
guess-
know, but I'm assuming that's what happens.
Yeah.
Watch
That doesn't
this few
matter.
films.
You're shot. You want a good shot. I'd probably be
That's what I'm
fucked.
saying, but I was shite in the
Climbing the
army.
moon boot.
I couldn't hit any targets. I don't know how I survived the army.
Is
mate.
that right?
I was a terrible shot.
And
And
did
I've
you
got a
do
bit
much
of squint,
practice?
I know.
Like, did you do practice?
Horrors I practiced, mate. I was always shite.
Like, how many bullets would you recorded? Like, what, like the time you would have spent doing that? Or
I think you get about, I can't remember, maybe say 25 bullets, and you need to hit so many targets.
See, that's not even enough. Is
I
it?
always fucked it, mate.
That's the thing that I say. Like, they
Well,
send
you
all
shoot
these.
better than that, but say
this-
like for a test.
I know, but they're sending all these wee lads, right? All these working class wee lads, and they obviously aren't trained enough to go out there for like the actual what the crack is. Do you know what I mean? It must have been insane.
That's wild.
Must have been insane. And Tom Houghton, do you know Tom Houghton?
No.
Tom Houghton's a comedian from down south. He lived in the Tower, London.
Yep.
His dad was the head.
Oh, right, I've seen him. Aye,
So you'll
aye.
know who I'm talking
I've
about.
guarded Tower of London.
So, well, then you worked for
Spooky as
his
fuck.
dad. You worked for his.
Was he a warden?
They lived in it. They lived in the house in it.
Is he posh as fuck, aye?
Yes.
Aye, I've seen him, mate. TikTok.
His dad was the head of the head of the British Army in the north, and then they lived in the Tower of London. And me and him were gigging together in New Brighton. And I was like, "Do you want to lift back to Liverpool?" And he was like, "Yeah." So we jumped in the car. The next day I went to pick him up, and he says, "I was talking to my dad about you and where you were from, and I'm not allowed to go with you in the car today." And then he came and done my podcast and all. So he wasn't in the army. He didn't do the army. Now he's stationed in Germany.
He's a pad rat, calling him.
Yes, he just his dad was the fucking main dude, like. But like outside, I was talking about the army, and he was saying about friends of his or people that he did know, and people that died, and you know, and you're just going, it's insane. It's just ordinary people getting through into the middle of stuff, like.
That's a big thing for me. We were saying that in the podcast before we came in the podcast. Like, I was so fucking focused on the other side. That the older I've got, I've started to realise that our government is fucking the terrorists.
110%.
Because of Paul and that, being like, watch the Blanket Mob, watch all this kind of films, and you're just like, fuck me, that's eye-opening.
And me
now with what's going on,
me being honest, like where I came from, we weren't allowed to talk to soldiers. And when we were kids, the soldiers they would have asked you for cigarettes, or they would have asked you to go into the shop for them, or, you know, they would have let you look down their gun, and you were fascinated because they were there. But, like, if you had any connection to them or anything, you could have been fucking killed. Like, you don't fucking, you talk to them, or you do.
Your dad would have
You were the enemy. You were the enemy, you know, and that was it. And then the first real sort of connection we had was we got friendly with a family in Glasgow, and their son had been in the British Army. And I remember my dad's reaction when we were over here, and they told, "Oh well, Joseph used to serve," and then we got talking to him, and then you realise it's a fucking human being. And the only reason why I joined, because there was no other work.
I was the same, mate. It was fuck all with you.
Do you know? And then you go, hold on, then this is different. You know, I have to think like that. So it's one of them ones where you then ask questions, but where I was from, it was
mate, I'm not going to lie, right? As somebody that's on the other side, see when I see a snatch wagon in Belfast, I have an overpowering urge to hit it with something. Like, it just looks fun, doesn't it? See the cages, you're like, I want to hit that with something.
I've talked about this in our podcast. A fucking rat's unreal. Do you know, like it is now. I'm no use now, but when you were a kid and there was a rat, the feeling you got, but I was saying to kids, don't do it, because you'll end up like me.
I don't do it, but that's just how fun it was.
Criminal record, and it's not worth it, you know. That's what's going to happen to we lads. So, but I totally get why it happened, and we lived in a different environment and stuff like that there, but
it's probably the same here with gang fighting. Like, here there was a gang fight, and it was fun.
Just a bit
but I'd be like to my kids, don't fucking dare. I wouldn't let my kids out the house before they were doing that.
Listen,
but when I was a wee guy, I was like, let's go and gang fight.
You were fucking involved in everything, and it was just growing up was different then. I think now.
But I'm a 37-year-old guy.
Yeah.
That's Belfast last year, mate, and in my head I was like, I'm hitting this van with this Licenza bag.
It's happening.
I was buying a phone.
I remember starting to do like comedy on the buses in Belfast. We'd done it during the comedy festival, and I had a green, white and orange, and this is before Kneecap. Like, I used to have them at the Rats. This is before Kneecap, and Kneecap, my banner for the show.
Killing me, mate.
But I was known as the balaclava like fucking ratter, and then I had a red, white and blue one, and I had a green, white and
orange. The balaclava writer, was that your thing?
Yeah. So it was and what got me caught was my son was born, and I got his name tattooed on my arm, and that's how they caught me, because they had photographs of me from inside the.
What age were you?
The 20s. So, you see, I have it here. I'll show you a photo, and then you can get to see it. But yeah, so it got me caught. Stupid.
Did you get a jail?
I got off. In a sense. But it was one of them ones.
Imagine that happened to you. You just be like, that's fucking DJ Provi. Is that actually you? Is that first snatch?
Look at the arm. That's what got me caught. That's the.
You fuckers. Mate, you look raging as well.
Well, I was shouting.
What are you shouting? We can't show that.
Get the fuck out of my, get the fuck out of my area. But so that was taken from inside the Peter Jeep.
Fuck's sake.
And that's the early 2000s, like, so. But that's what got me caught. You know, tattoos in your arm. But that was pre-Kneecap.
And when did they just bust in your door?
Like a week later.
Fuck's sake. Did they come to your door, mate?
And they were like, we have photographs. And I'm like, well, it wasn't me. And then, all right. Okay.
Or the tattoo?
Yeah. So.
Is that why you wear a jumper now?
Yeah, we're a chopper at all times. I hate the tattoos. But it was funny, like, at the time. Not funny, but it was funny, like, that they scooped me, like, it was one of them ones. That's how stupid you can be. And then I always wore them, and then I had them for the comedy bus. And I would take everybody up the falls. I would put the green, white, and orange one. And if I'm up the shankle, I'd put the red, white, and blue. And the festival organizer was on with the Arts Council this Sunday. But there was a band from the shankle that had played outside a Catholic church. Right. And they were banned. So they were having big fucking circles on the shankle road raising funds. Yep. And the bus was driving up, and the bus driver's going, "You've given me a route here, mate, but you're up there doing comedy. The these things are in the middle of the road. What'll I do?" And I went, "Just keep driving." And the festival director's like, "What are you doing?" And I pulled on the red, white, and blue thing. It was an open top bus. Yep. And I get up, and I had a big fucking blue jacket on. And I went, "Yeah!" And the whole shackle went, "Yeah!" Because I thought somebody from the shackle and the band and everybody parted the way. We drove right through. And the whole shackle's going, "Go on!" I thought, like, somebody's one of our ones is get up. And we get up, and when we got the Larnack Way and we're going across, I pulled it off and put the green, white, and orange one. Now we're going down the falls now. And everybody, and the festival director says to me, he says, "When I die, that's going to be in my heart." He says, that's going to be my last. He says, "I pissed myself." He says, "I was panicking." And he says, "You were like Moses, you parted the orange band." One of us. They loved it. But that was the whole point of the joke. I says to everybody, "Look, see, it's colours. Nobody gives a fuck."
I don't realise.
Nobody cares.
Imagine it was you, mate. That'd be even fucking funnier, wouldn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
I wish
I had a video of that now, because they were good times, like. But it was a bit of crack.
So we get to watch one film for the rest of our sentence. Is it Kneecap?
What's your favourite film?
Kneecap's my favourite film, mate. And I hate to say it because I'm going to get barred off a Rangers bus.
Yeah.
But honestly, see that film, there's no many films I've laughed from start to finish. Yeah. And that's one of them.
And you loved it.
Like, the whole scene with the bus seat and all that, scene is full of the fucking drugs.
Yeah.
And he gets on the bus.
I think I'm going to be sick and say The Green Maid.
Oh, really?
Aye.
Is that no kind of taunting yourself?
Well, I just think because it's like we're going to be down ourselves and all.
What man's it? Is it Green Maid on the mouse?
Yes.
Aye.
Did you cry at that?
Yeah, I don't. We watched it in English.
Do you cry at films?
Oh, mate, I agree everything, mate.
I've only cried at 2 films.
Right.
Coco.
What, Disney, man?
Aye.
What bit did you get at?
When the wee granny sings the wee granny. Because I was very close to my granny.
Oh, right, okay.
So that made me cry.
Was she Mexican?
We were sitting there.
Was she the Mexican IRA?
Underlay.
Fire, the Vegeta IRA.
He's in the cartel. I cried at that just because it was close to my granny. I remember being in the cinema and my kids were like, "Daddy, you okay?" And I'm like, "No, fucking that." And the other one was Marley and Me.
Mate, that is my film. When he goes to the tree.
I love.
The dog goes to the tree.
Yeah.
That's the saddest film ever, innit?
Because I love dogs and I've lost so many dogs and I can't have them anymore.
Marley and Me, that's probably the one I'd say to you. Marley and Me.
Yeah, Marley and Me. That's the only 2 films. I've watched every other film.
I'm not watching any 2 in the cellar, be.
What?
I can't handle greeting every night. So I'm going to watch The Green Mile.
The Green Mile, just because it's about Dan and stuff like that.
Every night.
Every night.
Every night.
And it lasts forever because we have a couple of hours to fucking spare.
What's our album?
Johnny Cash, because it's jail. Sad
For
as
fuck's
fuck.
sake, you, mate.
Yeah. I'm just going to do your head in. Look, it's saying the wolf tones.
What happened to Gary? Fucking killed himself, man. You didn't have no baddies, fucking the wolf tones. That'd be worse.
That would be worse, wouldn't it, for you?
You did not convert me, mate.
I don't think you would.
No.
You would end up probably committing. Because you're going to die anyway.
Imagine I strangled you.
Yeah.
But what happens? We don't. You don't get a double death sentence, do you? Can't kill you twice.
No, but it just gets added on.
Drink the bid.
What, kill you twice?
I'd be a psycho, mate. See if I was in death row.
Like, I think I'm taking.
You're dying anyway, aren't you?
I'm taking people out.
You get money for the family. I've always thought about that.
Definitely do something.
Mm-hmm. I like how it's so dark.
And what?
I'm messaging you like, it'll be a fun podcast.
Yeah.
Turns out I'll fucking kill everybody. Everybody. I'd get 2 bundles for you.
I'd just start meeting people outside the bars and take them away.
Strap me at the fucking stairs.
Fucking hell.
Who in history?
Oliver Reed, I'd bring him back. Because he was a mad bastard.
Was he IRA or something?
No. Oliver, the actor.
Who? I don't know who that is.
Oliver Reed. He was in Gladiator. He died filming Gladiator.
Oh, did he? Aye?
Yeah.
Did he get stabbed?
No, he took a heart attack. He gets stabbed in the ring.
That'd be class, wouldn't it? If he was stabbed in a fight.
Do you know who Oliver Reed is?
No.
He was an English actor and he was fucking unbelievable. He was a fucking lunatic. Read stories about him.
But mental.
He was insane. Brilliant actor.
He's a story that appeals to you. Anything that kind of screams.
Well, the funniest one was your man Ronnie Wood lived beside him, so the big mansions beside each other.
Yep.
And Ronnie Wood was like, such and such Oliver Reed lives fucking 20 minutes down the road, and they got in the helicopter and they flew over Oliver Reed's house, and they kept flying over and over, and he came outside and he shot at them in the helicopter. So they landed the helicopter. And Oliver Reed came over and went, what the fuck is doing? And Ronnie Wood got out with two big blondes and went, whoa, peace. And he went, oh, come on. And they went in and party for like 7 days. Had orgies. Do you know what I mean?
But it's only me and Oliver Reed in the cell, mate. That's not very good, is it? If he's having an orgy.
You're getting Buck Belly while you're dead.
I've got a set of tits, mate. I'm fucked.
Who would you not want to be in a cell with? Who would be the worst person for you to be in a cell with?
Bobo Baldi.
Do you not
He
like him?
scunnered me, mate.
Right.
He was a brilliant player.
Yeah.
He was just a fucking war, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He would just punch fuck at me.
Yeah, he's a big... and there's no, like...
He was an absolute fucking human, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
what
Who
you
would I replace? I don't know, mate. Hitler, probably.
Jesus.
I know. He's not the worst one. Everybody else can work with, can't you? You can't really work with him.
No.
He'd be a bit hatey, isn't he?
I don't know if he was as evil as everybody makes him out to be.
I know, but you couldn't really have a conversation on, you know, fucking speak German for a start.
He'd be just drawn all the time. And you'd be scared to tell him.
Who would you like to be in a cell with?
Who would I
in
like?
history?
I would have liked to be in the cell with Oliver Reed. I think he would have been a bit of crack if you had a bit of drink and stuff like that. Richard Pryor or something maybe.
I'd probably go Robin Williams.
Right. The singer?
Is that not the comedian guy?
Don't you mind Robbie Williams would take that?
What one's the difference?
Well, he's a singer. He's a fat singer from
What's
Take
the
That.
guy that was a
Robin
blubber?
Williams is Mrs. Doubtfire.
I him, Mr.
Right,
Doubtfire.
okay. Yeah,
He'd back
no,
class
he's
cell,
funny.
mate.
Yeah, no,
Obviously you,
he'd be funny.
but
He'd be funny.
we could have watched our films together.
Yeah.
They would need to separate us
Yeah.
on our telly.
And then when the Derby day's on, we
You're
would be able
shite.
to be in the fucking cell together. We'd be fighting over TV or fighting at the TV.
Over a half of the telly.
Oh, I think.
Right, so what is your... It has to be a place that you've eaten in. Preferably Belfast. I see you're actually gone firing squad, mate, and it's no blanks.
Well, I normally would pick somewhere in Belfast, but every time I get this question and I answer it, somewhere else falls out with me over it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the best pizza I ever had was in a place called Sam's Pizza in Wildwood in New Jersey when I lived there. So I'm going to
Did
go
you stay in
with that.
America?
Yeah.
How long did you stay there for?
The term that I was meant to stay for, 3 months just.
Right. But longer,
I
maybe.
just got my visa, so I can't fuck up again.
Right, we'll cut that one out.
But back and forth.
How was
over
your 3
3.5
months in America?
Oh, it was unreal. 3.5 years on and off. That's it. You know, but yeah, no, we'll say Sam's Pizza in America.
American food's frightening, mate, isn't it?
It's just unreal.
I know.
It's just unreal, and that pizza was just unreal. Like it was just.
I remember I went to Disneyland, mate, and I had a fucking... It was like a leg of lamb.
Oh, they sell it in around the
big
park,
leg.
don't they? It's a turkey leg.
There was a lot about that fucking Flintstone. It's the only time I felt I got value for my money.
And there's
just an
no,
absolute cannibal.
there's no nice way of eating it. Like
Aye.
I remember we bought it. Like there's no. I remember the kids hanging off.
It's all shared, mate. Aye. We were the same.
Because it was a bit big.
Mate, I was like something
And I had
Flintstones in
gout,
it.
so I had my
Mate,
one
when I got
flip-flop,
fucking gout.
and I'm limping about eating this big turkey leg, and everybody just looking at you. Do you know what I mean? You're pure weight. But,
I remember I was in like Disney years ago. My dad took us, and I remember telling people what a buffet was, and nobody believed me.
all back home,
Aye.
all you can eat.
Because we went to Ponderosa in America.
Yeah,
I still think about it every day.
yeah.
And I was trying to tell people out here,
It's just everything's on a different
like
scale.
a scheme buffet, but it's all nice food.
Yeah. Aye, like it's not shit.
Like a restaurant
Buffet,
you go
yeah.
to. And then I think China Buffet was the first one, wasn't it?
In Glasgow.
China Buffet. Aye,
Is that still
Sauchiehall
here, is
Street.
it?
There's one in Braehead. Where's your favourite Glasgow restaurant?
I like that pizza place
What one?
around the corner.
Pizza Cult.
It's just literally the next street down.
Have you done any food in the bars recently?
What did I have in the bars? No, I didn't have food. I
No, you
wanted
need
to
to
go
go
to
in the
Scran.
bars.
I wanted to go to
Scran's
Scran,
amazing.
and it was closed.
Where's the place we go to next door? Smoky Trotters, mate. It's fucking frightening.
Yeah,
Oh, mate. Next time you're in, I'll take you.
yeah. No, we'll
Or
definitely do
Holy
that.
Fuck. There's hundreds in the bars now.
I went till Bars Road today and had not Indian, Italian food.
What one? Bars Road? Can't remember.
Can't remember. It was lovely.
Oh, your food's always nice.
Really, really
There's a
good.
place at the stand I went to, Malaga Tapas.
Uh-huh.
In the back of the stand. You're hungry the night, mate. It's fucking frightening.
I'm hungry now thinking about it, and I just had my lunch at 1 o'clock.
Try Malaga tapas.
Yeah.
Cheap
It's
club.
mad, isn't it? But I'm having to be careful about what I eat because of the gout. Fuck's sake, name.
I must say, I had it last year, mate. Just pure scheme.
Where did you get it in your big toe?
My ankles, mate.
Your ankles, that's the
Oh,
worst.
it's fucking horrible. Felt like I sprained my ankle.
You're thinking I've broken.
But I love carbonara, mate. I'd suck
so
a dick for
fuck it.
carbonara.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just buy it like everybody else, but
I can get you a carbonara.
see the fittings I'd do for cream, mate. Every day.
Just Gary standing outside Marks and Spencer's.
A big slot.
Putting chopstick
No, I
on.
don't eat carbonara.
No.
I'm a snob.
Do you make your own?
Aye, the Scottish version.
Oh, is there a
No,
difference?
that, aye, because the Italians is with eggs.
Right, okay.
And the Scottish is with cream. Well, mate, we got a British thing, but we fuck everything, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, in America, like, they fucking found it insane that I would order lasagna, chips, coleslaw, all on the same plate. The Italians were like, what do you mean? Like, there's enough carbohydrates. And
are you going to gig there, I take it?
What's that?
America?
Yes. So,
that's class.
I think July we're heading over. So it took me 3.5 years.
Was that a
to get
tactical retreat for Belfast in July, or was that just...
Aye, it's not even. We
Get
all
out of fuck.
fucking cleared out.
Why is it-
We all cleared
But
out.
that's everybody.
Yeah, that's normally right. Everybody, that's where it used to be.
Oh, really, mate?
Let's
Aye.
get the fuck out of Belfast in July. You know, because the Orange Marches were
I
on.
found it mad it was on the telly out there,
Yeah, and
the BBC.
Aye.
They're fucking mental, innit?
and they've took it away now.
Oh, is it gone now?
That's
Aye.
done. They'll do like a wee clip show, but it used to be all day.
And it, well, that must piss you off, just looking at your telly and you try to get away
You
from
know
it.
what? This is the thing I said to people. Where we grew up, we weren't beside it. You know, I didn't live in like Ardoyne, the past the shops, or
Yep. Or the
it's
church.
all them wee places where the mad fucking stuff went on. We were in the falls, like we had a big area, and there was nobody around it. There was walls, so we didn't have that sectarian hatred on a daily basis.
That was just stopping past your house.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the British soldiers, yes, they were fucking beside us. They were on top of us, you know.
Yep.
So that was fucking who you fought with more from the Falls Road. But I was talking to somebody about this recently. There was a plaque over in Taggart's Bay, which is where Card from the boxer's from. And it's a loyalist estate right beside the New Lodge. And I seen the sign, and it had a loyalist symbol on it and a Celtic badge. And I got out and went over and looked at it. And the guy was a wee loyalist, and he was throwing an incendiary device, and it blew up in his arm, and he killed himself. He was 17, 18, but he got buried in full Celtic strip. And I was like, fucking,
Was you a Celtic fan, aye?
hi,
And a loyalist?
and a loyalist.
That's mad, isn't it?
It's fucking insane. So I was like really intrigued, and then I got to meet his family, and they told me stories about him.
Yep.
And they were like, he just didn't want to follow the crowd. And I went, well, he fucking did because he joined loyalism, but
Yep.
he supported Celtic, and they buried him in the Celtic strip and all. And I just found it so strange.
That's mad.
Do you know that you know, because it's all about symbols where we come from. It's all about
And you would notice
colours.
something like that straight away.
Aye. Do you know, so
It's like the Crips and the Bloods at
you know,
Belfast.
It was like, that didn't mix, you know what
the
I mean?
Blues and the Reds.
But it just shows you, and that, so there were, and he was only a kid. He was only a kid. So it was one of them ones where I was like, do you know what?
We didn't know any better.
I don't know any fucking better. He was just born in the fucking, where he
The
was
wrong
born,
time.
and he just was out doing what kids do.
A special branch of a put you in, since you're going to be
Oh, what?
balaclava.
Oh, fuck that.
What do you like? They alright?
No, they're cons.
Are they, aye?
Aye. Yeah, special ones aren't nice at all.
Fuck me.
They're not nice boys at all.
Are they alright with you now, but
they
you're
don't
a
fuck
celebrity?
about- but nobody really gives me any hassle now. Like, I mean, and the way the things is with the cops now, I mean, you would have even been scared talking to cops. The cop was a no-go too in our areas, but a lot of Catholics in them and all that, and different.
And now
so-
it's the PSNI. It's
yeah,
different.
it's younger. You know, where people watching this will be going, Paddy, it's not fucking different. The same fucking
Oh, really, mate?
wolf
Is it
and
still
sheep
brutal?
clothes. Aye, there's still an element of that. There's
But the
always
special
gonna be.
branch, are they still grabbing people in the boat in the way and
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, big time. I mean, that time in the taxi, they didn't understand.
It's funny hearing
what
it because you don't really see anything about Belfast.
Yeah.
But I remember being over Belfast and I'd be like, oh, there was a car bomb found in the car park.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, why isn't he can't talk about that in Glasgow?
Because they don't want to let you know about that. Do you
Yep.
know what I mean? But it used to be a lot worse in the boat. Like, I remember them stopping my dad going over in the boat, and then I was on the bus still, and we would have went on over to Glasgow.
What age were you?
Fucking 7, you know.
With your
If
dad?
somebody just took you to a match end, do you know what I mean? But your dad didn't get on the boat, you know, because they would have stopped.
Some random that didn't know you like that.
And
Would
then
take
you
you to
weren't allowed to
football.
buy fireworks. Like, this is a simple thing.
Yeah.
So all the men used to go and buy fireworks in the bars and try and smuggle them back in.
For bonfire night.
But now, looking back on it, all these men were drunk coming back from a Celtic match and all these fireworks. And they used to go, fucking special branch bastards got all them fireworks. And I'm like, they didn't have to buy any. They used to go I'm working that shift that Saturday night because all them stupid Celtic men's gonna bring a load of fireworks
Get the
and I
full
don't need
bus
them.
off.
And then they were just dividing it up amongst themselves.
Stand the falls with a sparkler. Like, that was a
What do you mean?
firebox. Like the fucking goat is again.
Fuck's sake. I mean, you could smuggle fucking RPGs in but couldn't
I
get a
used to
firework.
celebrate bonfire night, wouldn't you?
We would
That's a big night, innit?
Well, Halloween, yeah.
Fuck the Parliament.
The Field and Football, which is the community festival in the Catholic areas, was to stop bonfires in the Catholic areas.
Yeah.
We used to have it on the 9th of August.
That's my birthday.
There you go.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have been invited, but...
Well, no, we would have invited you and put you on the top. We would have said, Gary, put the flag up the top or maybe we'll let it.
Stand up there, eh?
But they stopped the bonfires in the Catholic areas, you know. And
That's no fucking fair, is it?
no,
See the size of the bonfires in the Prodi areas, mate?
in Larne.
That's wild.
They have built the big, like it's in the Guinness Book of Records, it's the biggest bonfire.
I seen that this year.
So, Ballycraigie.
Is it like fucking 20 stories high or something?
It's unbelievable.
You see the crane?
There was a guy jumped off it. Put it this way, it was that high, a guy jumped off it with a parachute.
A base
And you
jump.
can Google that.
A base jump.
He done a base jump off the top of it. It was that fucking big.
Did you ever choking to go and watch it?
I've drove past them. The Catholics all go up the mountain and look and watch them.
Aye, it's mad, isn't it?
But we would drive into the areas like before they light them earlier on.
Yep.
And we done it there 2 years ago with the Ballycraigie one. And a couple of guys fucking recognised me in the car. But there was no hassle, like. We're like, wave at.
Probably invite you as well, wouldn't
Oh,
they?
my wife
I'm
was
gonna
like,
hang.
get us out of here, you know. She's still a wee bit worried and stuff like that. It's still that element of it. But yeah, there's a lot more people just...
Did they ever get sabotaged? Did they need to like protect them and
fuck
stuff?
that, yeah. Used to
I bet
burn
after a
and stuff.
Catholic one, it go and set a bonfire on fire before.
That used to be a thing, like, you used to go around doing it. So they used to build wee huts and sit beside them.
Yep.
But back in the day when they were doing that, like, they were still fighting and all.
Yep.
So if you get stopped in a car by the cops and they're going, where are you going? And you have petrol and all. You're like, you want terrorism charges, do you know what I
Go
mean?
for a barbecue.
I'm only going to, no, I wasn't going to shoot anyone. I was just going to burn their bonfire, you know what I mean? But, yeah, the bonfire's still a big thing.
Fuck's sake.
Still a
Like,
big...
can the Catholics still have a bonfire?
No.
That's no fair,
Not
mate.
in the Catholic areas.
We should get a petition. It should
They're
be
against
50-50, shouldn't it?
They're against it.
They're against it.
The sinners and all that.
Because it'll end up a competition, wouldn't it? Who can build the highest?
Yeah. Well, I think the Catholics don't want it because they're like, no, we want to stop all the bonfires.
Yep. All right, okay, aye.
Do you know what I mean? So they're like, no, we want to stop them. So Sinn Féin's against bonfires.
All right, are they?
So
That's no fun.
Stop them in the Catholic areas first, and then they can go after the Protestant.
Aye.
You know?
That's fucking fun, Paulus, isn't it?
Yeah, they're saying.
So
that.
you can't have Guy Fawkes night in Belfast?
We don't do Guy Fawkes.
I thought he'd have been a hero.
No, Guy Fawkes doesn't get
Because he got caught, shitebag.
doesn't get celebrated. We
That's
don't-
mad, isn't it?
You have Guy Fawkes, we have Halloween.
All right.
So that's the
The
difference.
bonfires on Halloween?
No.
What'd you dress up as on Halloween? What's your favourite outfit?
Ian Paisley.
Did you dress up as Ian Paisley?
Yeah, used to dress up as Ian Paisley. Then I done Mr. Blobby one year.
Did that ever go wrong, the Ian Paisley one?
No, everybody loved
I
it.
loved it, aye,
Everybody loved it. Aye, probably the Paisley one was it because I went around all the doors. Ours were golden welcome.
Big Bible in your hand.
Everybody found that funny.
I dressed up as Vicky Pollard once.
Right, how
And
did that go?
I just got a blonde wig
Did you
and a
look?
pink.
Did you look like it?
Because I'm fat, mate. But it was an Irish lassie, it poked my belly, and she was like, where did you get your fat suit? And I was like, I'm just wearing a pink trackie and a blonde wig. And it scunnered me, and I went home.
That was it. Was it when we were out? For
I
the
went
night?
home, mate, in a Savoy. I went, I'm going home.
Yeah, I had enough.
I
of
got a
that.
hot dog on the way out.
Was this Halloween night? Or is this Guy Fawkes?
Halloween night.
Halloween. So you should have Halloween and Guy
I love
Fawkes?
Guy Fawkes, mate, because I still stay in a scheme.
Right. Okay.
So it's one of the ones who just fuck the fireworks.
And that's the
at end.
bonfires, isn't it?
Aye.
And are they big here or not
It's,
really?
it's got shite now because the council can't get a hold of them. So it's like a last minute build. Nothing like yours have got earlier.
Yeah. No, it's proper.
You're talking like 5 crates and
I know
a
this.
firework box gets fucked in it halfway through.
The fucking Ballycraigie one, like.
That's mental,
It's
isn't it?
fucking unreal.
There must be a sight when you're up in the house.
It is. It's
I was
just
never
looking
there for
around.
the bonfires, mate, so I can't.
Do you know the significance of them?
It's the Battle of the Boyne. It was to mark the routes, wasn't it?
They were saying that they lit fires for that, so that's where that
So
came
they knew
from.
where they were going.
That's what they say.
Aye. Or
So
somebody
it's nothing to do with the
bonfires.
fucking Brits. It was to do with the. It
Battle of the Boyne.
was to do with fucking a prince from Holland.
I know. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a
Fucking
statue in Glasgow.
of King William,
Aye.
and is it still there?
It's still there, Paul, isn't it? It's up at near the Royal.
I'm surprised somebody didn't find.
I drive by it all the time and I look at it thinking,
Even like,
somebody's done it
would
before.
somebody
but
not
they've
from
been on it.
Narcall or something fucking steal it for the house? Do you know? Just see something they would do.
Instead of the two lies, just
Come
two
on up
King
and see
Billies.
Tom's house. You got the
Mate,
fucking Prince
I see
William.
people about Lark with select taps all the time.
Yeah.
I work up that way.
Yeah.
It's not what you think it is anymore.
No.
They have a lot of change up there.
Is that across the board? Like, it's
They're still mad for the big walk, but guys walk with select tops on.
Well, I met somebody in Holiday that was a primary school teacher in it.
Yep.
And I was like, there's a Catholic school there? And they're like, yeah.
There's a fucking Asda as well.
Fuck me.
With the Asda sign.
Big green one.
I know, green and white. Supposedly it was the Subway's black and white, but I've never noticed it. It's mad bit of it. It's
Because
fucking
of colours.
wild.
Because people do. I mean, I don't care about colours. Like, I'd wear any colours. But, like, you do see some people going, fuck, I can't believe you're wearing blue. And I'm like, fucking, I like blue.
Need to see my room.
Yeah.
My favourite scene in Kneecap, the shagging scene.
Oh, with the wigger.
Northern Ireland.
And that's the thing.
Is it aye?
Like, in my area, you don't say Northern Ireland. I opened Krispy Kreme donut shop in Belfast 2 weeks ago.
Did you actually cut the ribbon?
Oh, yeah, they got me.
Mate, I opened a Toby Calvary 6 months ago.
You did?
Aye, mate, that's my thing. I'm trying to get. I've never had a Krispy Kreme. That's like top tier.
Yeah.
Did you get free donuts?
Oh, fuck,
Did you get paid for it?
No, I get paid for it. It was massive. Like, it was like a full day of, like...
I didn't get paid for the Toby Calvary.
No, I got paid.
I just got a free lunch.
Yeah, no, I got paid.
Who's your agent? Take him doing?
Jerry Adams.
Jerry Adams. He wrote
He's
his own
getting into
money.
Disney's
He wrote
next.
his own money.
But, yeah, so... What happened was they were giving out free donuts for the announce the shop was opening, and there was a big queue in Belfast, and I seen it, so I joked about it, and I was like, imagine standing in a fucking queue to eat donuts. Simple joke.
Yep.
And then obviously fucking shows you me opening the box and eating one. And next month they contacted the agent and we're like, seen Paddy's viral clip there, can we get him for the opening? And give me a microphone, I'm standing outside it and fucking...
You just like MCing the Krispy Kreme donut?
Yeah. So I was like, people waiting in the queue on the first day, and that's the first shop that's opened.
Yep.
But they were like, this is the first shop that we've opened in Northern Ireland. And I had to say Northern Ireland. And the fucking shit I got.
Oh, really, mate? Aye, because what killed
you
you?
said Northern Ireland, you know? And I'm like, fuck's sake.
Are you always conscious of that?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
That's mad, isn't it?
And I catch myself on, I go, North Ireland. You know, just...
And it generally gets you grief?
Oh, 100%.
In the area?
Oh, 100%.
Are you still in the West?
On the top of it, I'm on the...
You're a nice bit now, aye?
Aye.
No,
all the councillors, all the Sinn
Looking down
Féin
the
councillors,
peasants.
all the Sinn Féin councillors live in my street.
I stayed in City Hall flats, so it's a bit like the Divis flats, but less violence.
Yeah. So I'm out of the scheme.
Yep.
You know, but where I grew up, Iceland don't deliver until it's still that bad.
Oh, really, mate? Aye.
And like I brought my kids down one time, and I knew I'd done well with my kids because one of them was looking out the car window at this fella walking up the street, and she went, "Daddy, he has a Fitbit in his ankle."
So was that the Iceland guy?
No, it was just a guy in the area. He's a Fitbit in his ankle. So that's when you know you're in a fucking hanging your kids having a clue, like, you know. But yeah.
So what's next? What's your next tour?
So,
Is this one about to finish up, I take it?
Yes, this is me finished up Scotland and I'm going to head down. I'm going to do a bigger Scottish tour. This was just a wee mini one. Heading to London tomorrow. And then Bristol, Liverpool, Nottingham and Newcastle.
That's
and then
class,
head back
bro.
home. So just like a wee mini
Give us a
tour
shout next
of
time you're in Glasgow and we'll plug it.
Oh, we'll definitely do something.
I'm
Have
going to
good
come
day
out and
with
see the night to
Belfast.
stand if I get away for the wife.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a Rosie's on the way home.
You know what it's like.
I've got a motorbike,
You
mate,
know
I'm
what it's
never
like.
in.
You know, you've done this and then you're going to go home and try and go back out again. It's just
Aye,
going
aye.
to go.
Do you do that or no?
Oh,
You
listen.
need to like slip in a wee, alright then,
Listen.
how are you?
Listen.
Where'd you buy your missus?
What for to get
I'll
out?
buy like SD Lauder or something. A wee
You need, to up
pencil.
it. You need to up it a wee bit.
I know. You can't just go in and be like,
No. I remember the biggest thing I ever got her was a butter mini for Valentine's Day.
that just got a night out with the boys.
That was just... It was just to try and get my leg
Just
over
go down the
again.
falls.
It was,
That's a mini.
she always wanted a mini and we never got one. And then I asked my mate to work in the car thing and he didn't get me one for Christmas. And then a girl came in Christmas Eve with a red mini. And he's like, once came here, me just fucking take it. I'll take it. But I have to wait to give her it for something. I can't just give her for nothing. I've already bought her Christmas present.
Aye.
So the next thing came up was Valentine's. So I bought that. My brother-in-law was like, fuck you.
I know.
A fucking car like,
Imagine
for
the wages
Valentine's
missus
Day.
that was.
And he's like, you're a bastard.
Everybody's getting a killed
Aye,
and
but
fucking
I've-
body chocolate.
Sure, it fucking worked against it because I got her pregnant again. Do you know what I mean?
know.
So then I had to sell the mini because there's only two
Nobody
seats in the back.
understands the agony of asking to go a night out
Yeah.
when you're married.
Well, it when I was doing comedy and working on building sites,
Yeah.
I was working all week on the building sites and then trying to do comedy. And then trying to do anything else on top of it. So you were like
Never
juggling.
in.
You're fucking juggling.
I'm beside my room.
And
I'm
it's trying to keep
tools.
everything. You're trying to keep everything fucking right. You know, plus try and push the careers. It's really, really tough to do.
I know.
And when COVID hit,
What do you do now? Just full-time comedy now?
full-time comedy.
Podcast and comedy?
Yeah, that's it.
That's class, mate.
And
you need to get us on, mate. I'd love to come in and do
No,
your tour.
100%. I'll bring you over. We'll do the tour as well. I'll take you around and we'll film that. You'd be a great guest on that there. I mean, because you fucking actually served there. Do you know that way?
Kicked in.
So we could fucking bring you up the Shankill, and then I could take you to the falls and just hand you over.
You take me up the Davis Flats?
Just fucking leave
Will you take us up the Davis Flats?
Aye, I'll take you up.
So what's up there now?
Oh, they're like penthouses. It's gorgeous.
Oh, is it?
Oh, they're fucking beautiful.
I was at the community centre a few months ago.
They're
the
all
Falls Community
beautiful.
Centre.
Like they renovated. There's a fight to get. There's a list to get in there.
Yeah.
They're beautiful inside. You know.
I wonder who stays in the army one.
Nah, it's like
They'll all be bugged to fuck.
it was
wouldn't they,
4
still?
floors. It was 4 floors.
Yep.
So there's probably 16 apartments.
Wow.
You know.
I try and get us up at Davis Flats, mate, up at class.
Brent in the Dark lived in there.
Who?
The Dark. Brent in the Dark. Have you seen the new thing, Say Nothing on Disney?
No.
So he was like professional IRA man, one of the first blanket men and hunger strikers. So if you watch that program, you know, but he ended up living in there
Oh, wow.
after.
Do you know me?
I knew of him. I didn't know him personally, like, you know, but I knew of him.
Fucking hell.
So
That's mad, isn't it?
yeah,
I love that, mate. I'm going to come here.
no, definitely.
Thanks for
come
being
over.
my first guest, mate. Sorry we didn't have a selfie for you.
No, listen,
get it sorted
This
next
is good. This is
Posh
good.
as fuck, innit?
Yeah, we'll get a sale somewhere else, and we'll do it.
Thank you, bro. Thanks
No
for coming
problem.
on.
Thank you, Gary, for having me on.